Karoline Leavitt, a young conservative politician, appeared on a live television show hosted by Grayson Holt. Grayson, a familiar face in liberal media, is well known for his sharp wit and dramatic takedowns of his opponents. Audiences had grown accustomed to debates where Grayson consistently dominated, with his confidence and ability to control the narrative. In this setting, Karoline was seen as an outsider, young, inexperienced, and an easy target for Grayson and his panelists. No one expected Karoline to withstand the barrage of meticulously crafted attacks, let alone deliver a stunning comeback that left the entire studio in silence and shook the media landscape. Appearing on Grayson Holt's show, Karoline Leavitt quickly realized she wasn't merely a guest, but the main target of the night. Grayson, with his signature confidence, began with a mocking tone, posing challenging questions about Karoline's place in conservative politics, implying she was merely a political prop presented by the Republican Party as a youthful yet hollow figurehead. Sarcastic chuckles from other panelists, all familiar faces in liberal media, heightened the tension, as if everyone was eagerly anticipating Karoline's moment of failure. But Grayson didn't stop there. He pressed Karoline further with a series of biting questions, labeling her as a young pawn in a party he claimed was only interested in outdated values. The audience, used to Grayson's takedowns, waited in anticipation for Karoline to falter. Camera close-ups captured Karoline's composed demeanor, focused eyes, and calm expression, signaling a brewing storm. The more Grayson gloated, the quieter Karoline became, creating an almost suffocating atmosphere. Just when Grayson believed he had full control, Karoline unexpectedly spoke, her voice soft but commanding, delivering a counterattack so precise that the room fell into stunned silence. A storm was brewing, and Karoline Leavitt was at its epicenter. In the peak of tension, when Grayson Holt and his panel thought victory was assured, Karoline Leavitt's calm yet chilling voice cut through the air. "Are you finished, Grayson?" The simple yet challenging question momentarily unsettled him. Karoline's silence wasn't weakness, but preparation for the perfect counterattack. The audience held its breath as Karoline continued, each word sharp as a blade. "You think I'm here to be a punching bag for your cheap jabs? No, I'm here to expose the emptiness of your tactics." Grayson, always in control of debates, now found himself flustered as Karoline turned the tables. She highlighted that Grayson was the one trapped in outdated scripts, relying on mockery to mask the lack of substance in his arguments. Karoline's eyes gleamed with confidence as she continued, "You call me a puppet, but it's you who sticks to a familiar script, resorting to personal attacks when logic fails." Both the studio audience and viewers at home were stunned by Karoline's poise and sharp intellect. Grayson tried to regain control, making a sarcastic joke to ease the tension, but the nervousness in his voice did not go unnoticed by the audience. Karoline firmly responded, "You don't want a debate, you want a punching bag. But unfortunately for you, I'm not here to be defeated." Her words rang like a death knell for Grayson's dominance on television. The studio fell silent. Grayson Holt, the man who always claimed victory, was now speechless, and Karoline Leavitt had officially taken center stage. As Karoline Leavitt delivered her sharp rebuttal, the studio plunged into an almost suffocating silence. Grayson Holt, known for his knockout moments against opponents, could only manage a forced smile. He attempted a feeble joke to salvage the situation. "Did you practice that in front of a mirror, Karoline?" But this time, no laughter followed from the panelists or the audience. The prolonged silence cut through Grayson's pride like a blade, and Karoline knew she had gained the upper hand. At that moment, as Grayson scrambled to regain control, the show's director, accustomed to fiery yet manageable debates, panicked and abruptly ordered a commercial break. Viewers at home, still processing what had just happened, were suddenly greeted with a string of disjointed commercials. But the worst for Grayson wasn't the sudden cut, it was what followed. Minutes after the broadcast paused, social media exploded. Clips of Grayson being shut down by Karoline spread rapidly. Grayson left speechless on live TV, flooded tweets and posts across platforms, turning his silence into an endless punchline. Karoline didn't need any further explanation or defense. Her calm confidence spoke volumes. While Grayson's production team scrambled for damage control, Karoline simply posted one line on social media: "Let the truth speak for itself," short but powerful. When the show resumed, Grayson forced a smile, trying to carry on as if nothing had happened. But the eyes of the audience and the unease in his voice betrayed him. Karoline didn't just win, she made the entire show submit. When the broadcast resumed, Grayson Holt tried to smile through the discomfort, but the audience's gaze had changed. Gone was the eager anticipation for his usual takedowns, replaced by curious skepticism. Karoline Leavitt, whom Grayson had deemed an easy target, now sat confidently under the spotlight without any gimmicks. She sat there, poised and self-assured, while Grayson fumbled through the conversation as though nothing had happened. Yet the silence he endured moments before, when Karoline rendered him speechless, became a wound he couldn't hide. As soon as the show ended, the real storm began. Social media erupted with countless clips, all highlighting the moment Grayson Holt was taken down. Millions of views poured in within hours. Sarcastic tweets and memes spread like wildfire. The moment Grayson realized Karoline wasn't easy prey, and Grayson Holt has stopped working. One particularly viral clip showed Grayson's silent reaction with the caption, "System rebooting," garnering hundreds of thousands of likes. Grayson's supporters tried to defend him, but their justifications were quickly drowned out by the undeniable truth. Even his longtime allies avoided mentioning the incident, and some panelists who had mocked Karoline that night quietly deleted their related posts. Meanwhile, Karoline did not celebrate or take the opportunity to mock her opponent. A single post from her read, "The truth always speaks for itself." A simple yet powerful statement that solidified her victory without the need for further words. Grayson Holt, once the master of every debate, had now become the subject of ridicule. Karoline Leavitt, in just one night, emerged as a symbol of resilience and intellect, poised for a promising new chapter in her political career. After that turbulent night, the impact of the confrontation between Karoline Leavitt and Grayson Holt did not fade. Instead, it intensified with each passing hour. Political analysis programs from the left to the right dissected every moment of the debate. Grayson's supporters tried to downplay the defeat, claiming he merely gave Karoline the floor, but the truth was too evident. The image of Grayson Holt, always in control, now silent, flustered, and powerless, left an unforgettable mark on viewers. The final blow came when an internal email from Grayson's production team was leaked, admitting they cut to commercial to salvage the situation, causing his credibility to crumble almost entirely. In stark contrast, Karoline Leavitt became a rising political phenomenon. Invitations for interviews, television appearances, and even book deals flooded in. Karoline maintained the same calm demeanor she had displayed while facing Grayson, refraining from boasting and allowing her victory to speak for itself. Her quiet confidence only magnified Grayson's diminished stature. Even Karoline's political opponents had to acknowledge her sharp intellect and unwavering composure, something few had anticipated. For Grayson, the nightmare was far from over. His supporters began to distance themselves, producers worried about ratings, and even some industry colleagues questioned whether Grayson still had the weight to remain a leading figure in liberal media. As Grayson faced the gradual collapse of his career, Karoline Leavitt rose powerfully, becoming a living testament to an undeniable truth. In an era dominated by political theatrics, authenticity and resilience are the sharpest weapons. The story of Karoline Leavitt is not just a viral television moment, but also a profound lesson for all of us in our daily lives and careers. Karoline entered the show at a disadvantage, young, inexperienced, and underestimated. Yet her calm demeanor, confidence, and thorough preparation helped her turn the tables from being a victim to becoming the victor. In today's world, we often find ourselves underestimated or placed in difficult situations. Karoline's story teaches us to remain steadfast, not letting criticism or mockery shake our resolve. Grayson Holt's failure stemmed from his arrogance, relying on mockery rather than substance. This reminds us that authenticity and depth always surpass temporary flashiness. In both work and relationships, building a solid foundation through knowledge, preparation, and respect earns long-term trust, while surface-level tactics crumble under pressure. Karoline also demonstrated the power of silence at the right moment. Not every challenge requires an immediate reaction. Sometimes, listening, observing, and choosing the right moment to respond can have a far greater impact. In today's competitive world, maintaining composure, preparing thoroughly, and showing authenticity are essential keys to overcoming challenges and establishing oneself successfully.